gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, you can feel free to contact me. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also contact me. And if you lend your friend and your family your hard-earned cash and they're giving you the runaround, feel free to contact me. Now, viewers, you can contact us at 339-1670 or 238-6716. So I want to say a special good night to those of you that are on our page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Like and share as we go live. Now keep in mind, viewers, on our page during the course of the day, we keep you up to date with events that happen in Trinidad and Tobago. So feel free to like and share our page. Encourage others to like and share the page also. And those of you who haven't subscribed to YouTube, please, you can do so. TT Real Talk. Go on YouTube, type in TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell, and you will know when we go live. So if you're not home, you're in your car, you're lambing by the neighbor, you're in your backyard making a little barbecue, when we go live in studio, you will get a notification on YouTube, and you can be able to look at us there. So as we start off tonight, we're starting off with PCA and hacksaw case. So the Police Complaint Authority has confirmed that the necessary documents have been sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions, that is the DPP, to begin proceedings in the case involving ACP Erwin Hackshaw, my mistake. PCA report stated that it has completed its preliminary investigation into the allegations of the unusual financial transaction involving ACP Erwin Hackshaw on September 11, 2020. The PCA also met with Commissioner of Police, Mr. Gary Griffith, as he was updated on the matter. So now, viewers, the Assistant Police Commissioner, Erwin Hackshaw, has been suspended with immediate effect, as the Police Commissioner, Gary Griffith, has received the final report from the Police Complaint Authority. In a media release this morning, Griffith stated that prior to today, the PCA made suggestions on disciplinary action based on an internal report into allegations of unusual financial transaction. Now, in a TTPS briefing on August 25, 2020, Griffith said that the PCA has provided no evidence to support its recommendation.
That is what Mr. West had provided to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. This is what he provided to me a few weeks ago. After months of investigations by Mr. West, dozens and dozens of investigations and reports, all of this from Mr. West and the Police Complaint Authority, not one thing he has shown to state that Mr. Hackshaw has committed a criminal offense. Nothing.
Now, viewers, that was back in August 25, 2020. That is according to the Commissioner of Police, that the PCA had no evidence to support the suspending of PCA Erwin Hackshaw, ACP. So now, a couple of weeks after, however, the Commissioner noted that since a recommendation for a criminal offense may have been committed based on an investigation, he was now in a position to suspend the ACP Hackshaw. So, the police complaint finished their investigations, they created their file, and they have given it to the Commissioner and the Acting Commissioner of Police, Erwin Hackshaw, have been suspended. So viewers, that is the latest on the Hackshaw matter. He has been officially suspended today, and that comes from the Commissioner of Police. So, as we move on tonight, I have a house to sell. We have the slide for the house. I have a beautiful house to sell, viewers. Now, you would love it. Look at this beautiful split-level home located in the prestigious Central Park in Couva. It is a little over 2 lots with 3 bedrooms that are fully air-conditioned. There are 2 entrances and a remote gate that can accommodate 5 vehicles. There is a huge backyard with a swimming pool and jacuzzi. There is also an outdoor bathroom and kitchen, ideal for an entertainment with plenty storage space. Now you can contact me for the prices. Now viewers, I am also accepting a trade against other properties, boats or vehicles. So you can view more of that house on our page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. You can check it out there. Call me tomorrow, 339-1670 or 238-6716 for more information concerning the house. It is in Couva. It is in Central Park. It is a prestige area. The land is a little more than 2 lots of land with a 3-bedroom, fully furnished and air-conditioned. So viewers, if you have another property and you want to trade, if you have a boat and you want to trade, if you have vehicles and you want to trade, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. We can negotiate. I'm open for negotiation. So viewers, as we move on tonight, feel free to call in 238-6716 and let's get the ball rolling. Caller, good night. Hello? So viewers, we have on the line the president, the vice president of the Bar Association, Mr. Satish. So, Mr. Satish, good night, sir.
Good night, Saeed, and good night, Tobago.
Wa alaikum salam. I do thank you for joining us tonight. Now, we understand it is a critical time for the bars and the employees of the bar in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, it's a very difficult time for us right now for both the bar owners and the bar employees, as it is now going into 5 months of closure with no incomes coming in. So it's a very difficult time for all of us right now.
Now, I have 2 questions for you, and I want you to enlighten the listeners of Real Talk and also the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So what are the biggest challenges that are facing the bar owners presently?
Well, the greatest challenge that we have right now is the challenge of sustaining our businesses and also providing for our families. Because without that income, it is very difficult. Plus, we have a lot of bills to pay. We have rent, we have light bills, we have cable bills. We have a lot of bills, and we have our personal bills as well as our business bills. And as well, we have our staff. And being that it's 5 months in the year without an income, we have reached the point that we are at a dire position right now.
Okay. Now, my next question. What measures are being put in place from the government for bar owners to return to a sense of normalcy?
At the present time, it has nothing that the government is putting in place for bar owners and their employees. We are calling on the government and have been calling on the government to have some sort of dialogue with us, because COVID-19, we understand that it's a very serious situation, but the COVID-19 is not going anywhere, and we need to find a way to run our businesses in a safe manner. And we have been calling on the government for dialogue. We have not gotten that. Also, we are calling on the government to provide us with some sort of financial assistance, being that we have been down for so long, and we reached the end of the line right now.
Now, my friend, could you tell us how much bar or bar owners have been affected due to the COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, it's all the bars. By our estimation and by the estimation of the Minister of Finance, given the budget that he read in 2017, is that we have over 5,000 bars restaurants and bars in Trinidad and Tobago, and all are affected.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you would have like a figure of how many employees that would be affected due to the way the bars function presently. I don't know if you would have that information.
Well, from our estimations, the bar sector employs over 20,000 employees, and indirectly it will be over 100,000 people when we include all the suppliers and chains that supply the bars, because everybody would be feeling the effects coming down, because if the bars are not open to buy, it affects businesses going forward. Also, the employees and owners have families.
So indirectly you are saying at least 100,000 people would be affected.
Yes.
Mr. Satish, I do want to thank you for joining us tonight. And if there's anything more that Real Talk could do in intervening with the government on behalf of the Bars Association in Trinidad, like whatever highlight you all want to highlight, feel free to get in touch with us and we'll be glad to assist you in any way.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, about almost 100,000 individuals indirectly are affected because of the way the bars function. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Bars open, yes, but you cannot dine in. So which means you don't need a waiter to serve. You wouldn't have cutters, you wouldn't have music, you wouldn't have a dining. It's like you just buy and you go. So all you need is just the one person behind the counter. One person behind the counter. So as we move on tonight, feel free to call in 238-6716. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but before we go for that commercial break, the updates that were provided from the Ministry of Health for Wednesday, 16 September 2020. 104 additional persons have tested positive for COVID-19. The total number of cases now stands at 3,327, as the total number of active cases are 2,459. The Ministry of Health regrets to inform the public that there has been 2 additional COVID-19 related deaths. The persons are 2 male, one of which was an elderly male with health conditions. This brings the number of total COVID-19 related deaths to 58. 12 persons have been discharged, which brings the total to 810. 2,130 patients have been home isolated under the continuous monitoring of the respective CMOH offices. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. Feel free to call in after this commercial break, 238-6716. I will see you then.
Come down to Martha Imports Limited, one of the largest wholesalers and retailers for all your 4x4, SUV and car accessories. We also have in stock a large variety of rims to suit all your vehicular needs, new arrivals of 4x4 off-road accessories, and we are the sole distributor of TWI 4x4 accessories. Check us out at number 3 Hassan Ali Trace, South Lower Barrackpore, or contact us at 654-5234, 289-4901, 271-3519 or 360-8773. We guarantee the best customer service, best deals, and definitely the best wheels. Martha Imports Limited. We put our customers first. Come down to Martha Imports Limited, one of the largest wholesalers and retailers.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. So, Minister of Health Terence Dayal Singh has appealed to all stakeholders in Trinidad and Tobago to come forward in the fight against COVID-19. So viewers, we are going to have a discussion tonight. We are going to have a discussion tonight, and I want to hear from you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Now listen to this. He was speaking at today's Ministry of Health media conference. Dayal Singh stated that in order for the country to come out of community spread and back into a scattered spread, sacrifice have to be made.
We are asking all stakeholders, and I want to congratulate Father Jason Gordon. And then the challenge has to go out now to other leaders in society, trade unionists, other religious leaders, leaders of NGOs, to join with us at the Ministry of Health, join with the words of Father Jason Gordon, restraint is the order of the day. If we can do that, we can continue to save more lives, have livelihoods to come back to. It is a balancing act between saving lives and saving livelihoods.
So now, Trinidad and Tobago, I want to ask you, the citizens, now keep in mind, the minister has made an appeal to all stakeholders to come together in the fight against COVID-19. Now, I want to hear from you in our discussion tonight. It's an open forum. Feel free to call and voice your opinion. How can we assist, or how can we help in fighting COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago? Because apparently the government have run out of solutions. So I'm asking of you, call in. Let me hear what sort of solution you, the citizens, have that you think the government should implement for Trinidad and Tobago. Caller, good night.
Good night, Said. Good night.
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
Right. I will answer that question after I finish my contribution. The first contribution I have to make.
Go ahead.
The Minister of Health said flattening the curve in the second wave.
Yes.
Did we have a first curve that was very flat? And now it's way above. And we are the only country where the second wave is far higher than the first wave.
Yes.
All right? That is one of incompetency of the minister. The second thing I want to say, you see that ruction going on there with Ramakshan's daughter? You listen to what he said. He said that young woman is endangering his life. I want to find out when he gave a lot of misinformation. For example, when he said there is no chance of Trinidad and Tobago getting the COVID. Zilch, nada. Remember when he said that?
Yes.
And how we have it now. So his incompetency has exposed every citizen to the COVID. Right? That's two. Based on those two, I want to pin 58 on the chest again. I don't want to pong him. I don't want to slap him. I want him removed. And this is the answer to your question. He must be removed forthwith as the Minister of Health. He has shown his incompetency. Right. And the other thing yesterday, you were talking about the food cards, right, for the food nutrition. Why do you think they want to give out food card? To follow their leader. You don't want them giving no banana in no boxes. So you prefer to give them food card by their own food. Because just because you don't want to give that banana in that box. Right? I'm going to have a nice.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. But I will tell you something. If they cut the feeding program, a lot of people would be out of jobs. Take what I am telling you, from the farmers, to the people who prepare the food, to the people who cook the food, to the people who distribute the food. They will all be out of a job. And who would help them? A food card for 600 or 300? A salary relief grant where people are waiting 6 months still for? A rental assistant? You might have to buy an umbrella and stand up like this when rain falling. So caller, good night. Feel free. Let me hear what you have to say. Some solutions that would help Trinidad and Tobago come out of COVID-19, because the ministers are asking. They are asking. So, caller, good night.
Good evening, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Said, from day one, when the first case of COVID was announced in Trinidad and Tobago, and the restrictions was linked to the public, all the citizens of this country complied for 80 days.
Yes.
They went without salaries. They closed their businesses.
Sacrifice.
They adhered to all the restrictions that was placed upon them. They suffered. They sacrificed. But then, when the population started to realize the untruth and the misleading information that was given to the government and the Prime Minister, they started to realize that something not right. Something isn't right. We are making the sacrifice, but they are profiting from what is taking place in this country.
I understand.
$6 billion was spent within that period. No accountability where the money is going. Now, when we're supposed to lock down and go into all the restrictions, because now it is community spread.
Yes.
You cannot lock down the country and deal with COVID again. And DL Singh, I cannot understand how he could still be sitting in that position without either being in court or in prison for misleading and being so disrespectful. All the time he was taking all the praises.
Yes,
for
yes.
80 days.
Yes.
Now he's blaming everybody else beside himself.
Correct.
That is the first characteristic of a failure. When somebody sees fault in everything else, everyone beside themselves, and he is the reason why this country is in the position today. Let me tell you something what the population could do. The population is doing every single thing that they can do.
Yes.
They are hungry. They are buying whatever little resources they have, they're putting it and using it up to hope that they are safe with their families and their loved ones. But yet, what they required from the government is not forthcoming. People are without jobs for months.
True.
They were promised, look in New Zealand right now, the whole entire parliamentary syndicate take a 20%.
Correct.
All the CEOs and board members in governmental position took a 20% cut in their salary just to ensure the population who is making the sacrifice that they don't feel that they are alone in this thing. What are they doing? They're looking for increase in their salaries. Something not right in this country, and they're going to pay the price of it. If not politically, in some other way.
Thank you, my friend. I understand what you're saying. So now, viewers, feel free to call in. We want to hear how can we flatten the curve now? How can we flatten the curve and help the Minister of Health stop the spread of COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago? He's asking all stakeholders, that is you and I. Let me hear what you have to say in order to get the ministry to do something. So, as we move on tonight, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parashram stated that relatives, I'm stressing on relatives, of COVID-19 patients who have died can be allowed to view their bodies. So, my question is, why didn't they say that from the very first death? Why didn't they say that? He stated that he had received a number of complaints and that guidelines have been sent to funeral agencies and regional health authorities since March.
There's a document that would have been sent to the funeral agencies as well as the RHAs since March. It is a guideline for funeral agencies as well as clinicians as to how to treat the body of the deceased. So basically, in terms of viewing the body, we have gotten a number of complaints from relatives that they weren't being allowed to view the body. I would have spoken to the president of the funeral homes as agency, Mr. Belgrove, yesterday regarding it, as well as the CEOs are aware of the matter. It is well within the guidelines that a relative of a COVID-19 patient who has died can view the body. there are personal protective equipment and infection prevention control measures that need to be put in place when that is being done to prevent any infection from transmitting from the body to any other individual. So that can be done as within the remit of the funeral agencies that handle the COVID-19 positive patients. So that process is available to the persons who have deceased persons.
So since March, they have sent out guidelines to the respective funeral agencies and the regional health throughout the country. But from the very first death, straight down until number 58, people have been complaining that they cannot see their loved ones and that they have to pay a fine of $15,000 or $16,000 to dispose of their loved ones. Now, you think this is right? You will get your report, you will get your phone call that your relative have passed away with COVID-19. And after that, that's it. That is it. Nothing more. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Well, first thing first, in a true and honest and real democracy from British system, Mr. Diyal Singh and the medical health officer all should be signed forthwith.
Okay.
The second one is 3 weeks now I have a relative in Mount Hope. They cannot say it's COVID or what. The family trying to get information and they cannot get nothing on that body. So the government should resign except when the minister and the prime minister made some serious association with COVID. They can come in, it can reach it, and next day we die by flies. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. So feel free to call in 2386716. Let us hear what is some of the solution that you would give to the government in flattening the curve of COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago. That is our open forum discussion for tonight as we move along. So, Uday Ramachandran, the father of Samantha Ramachandran, has come to defend his daughter after she became a target of criticism for breaching COVID-19 regulations. Her father comments follow a public outlash from Minister of Health, Mr. Terence Diyal Singh, at Monday's virtual press conference in which he called her the worst of young people in Trinidad and Tobago. In a Facebook post addressing the health minister, Uday Ramachandran, an attorney said some strong words, as he insisted that the breach is his family private beach. Caller, good night. Go right ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, I would like to give the government a little thing about it. Why do they shut down all these projects like the Mosquito Creek, the war, all these projects that spend $1 billion, shut down the country and give people a little money to buy little food and all these things and keep people away? That is my suggestion, Mr. Ali.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. So, viewers, let's hear what you have to say. Give us some solution, because there are people listening to Real Talk that report back to ministers. They go back to the ministers. You know, on side program, we heard X, Y, and Z, and we could use this, and we could use that, and we could use the next. I am telling you, I think we did get legislations passed. Just so? I mean, I will sit down and I will light my light. I would do that. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Said.
My friend.
Look, the whole of the PNM is worse than the Corona. Because them killing more people secretly and silently for nothing. they close down bars, they close down this, they close down that, and talking a set of crap. Why they don't, them worse than the corona? Them is corona by themselves. So they should resign, all of them.
Minister of Health, Mr. Dayal Singh, spoke this morning on a media conference. When asked to comment on the response from the father of the woman in the private beach video, Dayal Singh stated that he has received messages saying that at least someone has the strength to talk to young people.
I have received some condemnation, but I have also received messages from many parents saying at last somebody had the strength to talk to young people.
Someone had the strength? Someone had the strength? The man who say mask, not good to wear. The man who say according to Oxford, we is #1. The man who say you're coming to my hospital. Parents message him and saying, finally someone had the strength. Serious? That's the same man who said whoops and vaps. The man who said he's the owner of the hospitals in Trinidad and Tobago. Presently, we need beds, we need medications, we need the Cuba hospital to be open to the public, not because of COVID-19. I wonder why he opened his hospital. Since Cuba is his own, why he didn't open it? But your hospital, you have the strength to do what? Who is them parents? Who are those parents that tell you that finally someone have the strength? Why don't those same parents encourage you to open the Cuba hospital to the general public? Why those same parents don't ask you where we are with COVID-19? Why those same parents don't ask you to fix the health sector that you say you own the hospital in Trinidad and Tobago? Huh? And you was bold in your speech. He further noted that he took an oath in office. I solemnly pledge to conduct myself without fear and favor or malice.
And I took an oath in office recently to conduct myself without fear, favor, malice, or ill will. I am not afraid as Minister of Health to talk the truth, because it is a continuous sweeping under the carpet of the responsibility of every person.
I love how he said that. I solemnly declare to take an oath in office to conduct myself without fear, favor, or malice. Man, rip our old jersey and ban your face with it and you're good. Man, mask, we don't need mask, man. Man, if you come out in the public domain and you have your mask, I will charge you $1,000. How come the parents ask you if we exempted in cars? How come the parents and tell you, but Mr. Minister, if me and my husband now make love and we leave and we go inside we car, we have to put on mask? How do I ask you that? I asking you that. If them men have the sense to ask you that, I am asking you that. You know, there's a saying that goes, when you want to play mass, don't fret powder. Hence the reason why it's be like that on my show. I playing mask, I'm near afraid powder. I'm asking you a direct question. Oh, how come the parents didn't ask you about the Davis home in Sandy Grande? They didn't ask you if you get the final report yet from the AG's office months down the road? They may ask you that. As a parent, you know, I am a parent of 2 beautiful boys. One of my boys, the eldest one, they made an attempt to kidnap him. And I had the strength. Just now. Listen this, eh? Someone has told me that I had the strength to go after the criminals. So they are saying when they hear boasting like that, keep in mind that Saieed Ali is looking attentively and is listening without distraction. The parent should have asked you why the hell you didn't open Couva Hospital 5 years back to the public. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Dr. Kill, we would like to get a Dr. Cure now. They're studying when they wanted to win the election. They don't care about the people.
Thank you, my dear. So the Alsing further stated, that he was not afraid of the backlash as it was anticipated.
So I am not afraid of the backlash. I anticipated it. As a matter of fact, I thought it would have been worse. But I am comforted by the fact that the positive reports, parents calling me and saying, at last, somebody is willing to take the bull by the horns and talk to young persons.
I will take the bull by the horn now, and I'm asking you for the final report from the AG's office concerning the Davis home in Grande. I'm taking the bull by the horn, and I'm asking you, what was the final report? Let me see you play man now. I want to see you play man with your strength and come out in a briefing and tell the public that X, Y, and Z was the report for Sandy Grande, and we're closing off the investigation. When I first raised it on Real Talk, man, in a few days' time, they come out in the public and they tell them X, Y, and Z that they get information from ERHA, and he read the report and he send it back to the AG. Months down the road now, you can't come out and tell the people about the final outcome of the report from the AG's office. But when I mashed it up on TV and I went up in Grande and I showed them the house live on TV, videos. Well, I get a report quick. In a matter of days, you come out in a press conference. 6 months down the line now. Well, they're still investigating. We're in the second wave, according to you. 58 people dead. Thousands of people inside their home quarantine. And we still ain't getting a report. 105,000 every month. Where's the final report? I'm taking the bull by the horn. And as a parent, I'm asking you, play mad now and come out with the final report, and let me close the investigation so we could move on to another investigation. Let me tell you something. I display mass, you know. I display mass. And I'm well equipped if I get powder to wipe it off. Yeah, because my lawyer I go make joke. She are not ready to play mass. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yeah. What is interesting is why it is the minister didn't come out like this manner and condemn the children of the 1% down the islands when they had their wedding reception party. Why it is he didn't come out the same way concerning those young people at Bayshore. So they are not threat. They are not a threat to the health system. During the first lockdown, I called your program and I told you about where people every weekend going up to Aripo River and bathing. I told the police about it. And you know, up to now, it's still going on. Like the police and the Ministry of Health do not know where Aripo is existing in Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you, my friend, and thank you for highlighting the matter. So listen, viewers, I love this, you know. Chief Executive Officers of the Tobago Tourism Company, Lewis, I had to pronounce it like that, stated that since March, 51 Tobago hotel managers have accessed the government grant to upgrade their establishment. Lewis noted that plans are underway for 14 more hoteliers to collect their grant, as there was a delay in the application in meeting with certain criteria. He further stated that at the end of June, Tobago had lost an estimated $85 million due to COVID-19 pandemic. I have nothing against the hoteliers in Tobago. Nothing. Businesses in Trinidad and Tobago have suffered. Small, medium, and large. How many businesses in Trinidad and Tobago got a grant to sustain them? How many? We have hoteliers in Tobago. Government give up to $300,000 per hotel. $300,000 per hotel. How many small business in Trinidad and Tobago got grants? How many? This is my question now to the Minister of Finance and the Financial Department in Trinidad and Tobago. Could you come out and tell the citizens just how you are publishing the 51 Tobago hotel managers have accessed their government grant to upgrade their establishment? This is there for COVID, you know. This is for upgrade. How many businesses in Trinidad and Tobago, small businesses and medium businesses got a government grant to upgrade? There's a difference. There is a difference. This is for upgrade. Upgrade means to do over, to build over. If you don't have an elevator, put an elevator. That is upgrade. That is upgrade. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
They want to know. They want to know how we can assist them into fighting COVID.
Yes.
I will tell you, let them go on the campaign trail and say they're doing good. That's what they're supposed to do. Let them go back on the campaign trail and say they was doing good. They're the ones say they was doing good. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez stated that there are no plans to privatize WASA, T&Tech, or TSTT. Hey, watch me. To be honest with you, when I hear these things from ministers, I just get frightened, you know. I'm telling you, I just get frightened. Because we had the head of the last administration, being the PNM administration, the head of the party said, we're not closing down Petrotrin, we're not closing down refinery. Next thing we see Espine on TV now telling the general public, everybody going home. Everybody going home. So I just get frightened when I hear this thing. So listen to this now. Mr. Gonzalez noted that one of his priorities is to ensure that the reliable water supply for the country becomes a reality. We heard that from the former minister. We heard that from the former minister. And the former minister went to Israel. Went to Israel with a plan. And come back and tell we, the citizens, that we go use satellites to find leaks. And every bend every corner and every bend and every downhill the pipe make, if it have a leak, we go find it from up in the sky. He resigned and gone and we never hear about that satellite again. Me know if the satellite's still in space. I know if it fall down. I know if the US or the China retract it back from space. We never hear nothing about that again. But nevertheless, we have a new Minister of Public Utilities. He has plans. Let us hear what he will do. Gonzalez said that statements of WASA being overstaffed cannot be true, since there are bigger issues such as the reliable supply of water to the entire country. He further noted that WASA board and management will soon be under close watch. Close watch. So we would see, and I will keep you up to date with news from WASA. We have a call on the line? Caller, good night.
Yes, good night.
Go right ahead, my lady.
A gentleman who called me yesterday, last night, to find out about his pension.
Yes.
Yes. What happened, I went to look after my mom. And Puna, the lady had given my mom a slip to carry to the immigration. In immigration, they stamped it and they gave her a date to come back, and she went back. She collected her document, carried back to Tunapuna, and she was successful in getting her old age pension. So to the gentleman, probably they didn't explain him that he has to come and collect the document for himself.
Okay, so the letter he got, he have to carry it back to them?
Yeah, the slip that he carried to immigration, it would have been stamped. And with a date, come back to collect his documents. Immigration don't send the documents to motor social services. No, the individual have to go and collect it.
Thank you, my dear, for passing on this information to Trinidad and Tobago.
Back now to your respective social service department.
Thank you again, my lady. So, to the caller who called last night, the slip that you got, carry it back to them. They would sign it off, and you will be able to collect your pension in due course. So listen to this, we staying on public utilities. So Mr. Marvin has noted that $1.9 billion in grants have been allocated to the Water and Sewage Authority yearly. $1.9 billion yearly. Minister Gonzalez said that a large amount of that money is spent on wages and salaries, and that must change. A man with strength. That is a man with strength. He says that must change. Minister Dayal Singh, good night to you, sir. I hope you or somebody from your ministry is viewing. Because this is a man with strength. We have a picture of Gonzalez. This is a man of strength who said the $1.9 billion that is given to WASA yearly for wages and salary must change. He is making a demand. And he's the minister of WASA, one of the public utilities that runs Trinidad and Tobago. So, viewers, I will keep you up to date on the strength of Gonzalez and the $1.9 billion in wages and salary to WASA. Let's see how far that strength. Come back to me. I wonder what kind of vitamin Gonzalez taking. Eh? I hope he ain't taking the one like what the Minister of Health taking, you know. Serious. I really hope so, you know. So, Mr. Gonzalez, congratulations on being the Minister of Public Utilities, and Trinidad and Tobago will look forward in seeing the changes that you are going to do with WASA and for WASA. So we look forward to seeing what you are doing. And maybe sometime you could probably call into us, 238-6716, and just give us an update of what you are doing with WASA. Seeing that we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, we deals with the issue. So we would love to get your number. We tried, but we were unsuccessful. So maybe one of your staff could call us in studio, 238-6716, or you can call my cell personally, 339-1670, and we could have a discussion on what is your plans. Don't worry, we would love to share it with the public. So, caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, sir, you're live on Real Talk.
Monkey know what street to climb.
Oh good, I saw hear my great-great-grandfather saying that.
Yeah, but they all think they know what street to climb.
Oh God boy, oh God boy.
Before the election,
no, caller, you're wrong.
Before the election, he was Gentleman Jim, very quiet and polite, and sucking reporters, Mr. This and Mr. That, and very soft. And as the election done, he's a raging bull.
No, caller. He was successful in the last 5 years. You know why I say that? In his second term, being the official Minister of Health, holding the party for the second 5 consecutive years, he is very successful. Why am I saying this, Trinidad and Tobago? Because he owns all the hospital in Trinidad.
Yes, that's quite true, quite true.
Thank you, caller. Watch me, he more successful than all them minister. He owns all the hospital. I hope me have to go there, you know, because I will be saying I'm going in the Alsing Hospital, which he cannot support. So we're moving on, viewers. Information reaching Real Talk Studios is that it indicates that in Raymond Yard, inmates at both MSP and Frederick Street Prison are currently on a hunger strike due to the list of concerns. Prisoners are demanding. So what you're seeing there is the food that is on the ground that the prisoners, it is alleged that they are on a hunger strike. So hear this. The reason why they are going on a hunger strike, and this is a prisoner demanding speedy trial for all murder accused remanded inmates are being held without a trial for as many as 15 to 17 years. So that is one. Number 2, reasonable bail for petty offense, example, surety cash or own bail. That's number 2. Number 3, inmates are calling for a full investigation into whether or not the government was involved in the decision of removing Raji Ali from a top-level section of the prison to building 13. Now, viewers, number 3 is from the inmates at the prison. So number 1, 2, and 3, they want a speedy trial for murder accused in prison. Some of them are waiting between 15 to 17 years. Another issue they are facing is that they want reasonable bail for petty offense, such as surety bail, cash bail, or own bail. That is what they are asking for. So, call a good night. Hello? Yes, take care, get the click. So the hunger strike now, they are also requesting that their families be allowed to provide them with clothing and medication. So this is what the prisoners in the prison are asking for. I mean, it's reasonable, you know. It's reasonable, because if some individual who get caught with $96 million could be out for COVID, if they could be out for COVID, and the man who thieved 96 goat down in deep south, he's still inside for no bail, what taking place? What taking place? So the serious crime we outside and the petty crime, oh God, they go kill me for murder. And we just thief goat. So you see any difference? Now viewers, we are almost out of time for tonight. But nevertheless, I am asking a few viewers to contribute to our drive that we are keeping for the single mothers in Trinidad and Tobago. We stopped at 175, even though we are getting more calls. We are looking to raise $250,000 for groceries. For groceries. Now, I am asking you to make a contribution. So, viewers, you can reach us at 238-6716 or 339-1670. So, until we meet again, viewers, be safe, enjoy the night. Good night.